Dan Brooks is the founder of Xexis Private Wealth, joining us today. Dan, what motivated you to become a financial advisor, and what's your method of working with your clients?
Well, but first of all, thanks for having me, Deb. I got into the business kind of in an unusual way. My dad lost a bunch of money in the stock market in the 70s and really changed his life and his health and my family very much. And I found out what happened after he passed away when my mom said, he wasn't able to leave us very much. So that prompted me to get into this business, mostly because I was mad at the financial services industry. And I wanted to prevent this happening from me, right?
Yeah. So then how do you work with your clients to prevent that from happening?
Well, we came up with this process over the years that we call EASE, EASE. And the first part of that is education. And I have discovered over the years that people really need education. My industry has a lot of misinformation and a lot of things they don't necessarily tell people. And they can only point out the positives of financial products. They never talk about the negatives. So we always start with education because people are smart. Once they have accurate information, they can make up their mind and put together their own plan. And we just guide them along the way. So education is really important for us.
Yeah. Speaking of your dad, a lot of other people have lost a lot of money in the markets as well. How do you manage that risk for your clients?
Well, that's a great question. And the answer is that just like everything, it starts with education, because people have a lot of misconceptions about risk. A common one would be risk is that I could lose all my money, which doesn't normally happen. Now, it has happened to people. If you have all your money in one stock, you can lose it all. I know a person who had over $1 million in their 401k, and it was all company stock. Very solid company one day and bankrupt the next. So that's extreme risk. But if you talk about risk normally, we're talking about places you can put your money, and there are really only 5 places that you can put the money. And each of them have a level of risk. Some have no risk at all. But risk is a measurement of volatility, the ups and downs of any particular investment. So, for example, if you measure the overall market, the S&P 500, the 500 largest U.S. stocks, the best kind of upside is around 30% in a 1 year period. And kind of the worst case scenario was, like down 55. So that's pretty, that's a lot of risk, because risk is measured by that volatility. An 80 or 85% spread between best and worst is a lot of volatility.
Yeah. Real quickly, you help your clients with tax planning as well?
Yeah, I actually have a separate tax business.
Okay.
And it's only for my clients. We don't do outside work. It's just purely for my financial planning clients.
It's really nice to have those two dovetailed together. It makes so much sense. Dan Brooks, founder of Xexis Private Wealth. You can find out more online. Contact him for how to best manage your retirement. Thank you, Dan.
You're welcome, Deb. Thank you. Bye-bye.